acceleration, strong power. Hello there, folks. Today we are driving a 2024 BMW X5 40i. It has been a requested car in my channel. I've gotten a lot of comments asking me to test drive this car, so we will. I want to say a huge thank you to Alexander over at BMW of Fairfax in Fairfax, Virginia for providing me this car. All his information will be in the right-hand corner of the screen, and I'll also include his Instagram, so if you're looking for a BMW, reach out to him. But let's get her started up and go take a look outside. This is the Brooklyn gray color with the 22-inch wheel upgrade. Personally, if I was speccing up this car myself, I would go with the black, like the black shadow line package to make the grille black and the mirrors black as well. But color-wise, I would go with the Brooklyn gray or the sapphire black. I just personally, my take, everybody likes different options, but I feel like this part should be black. This also comes with the Pirelli P0 tires. I've had those on my BMW and they were not my favorite tires personally. I much prefer the Vredestein or the Continental tires than these ones. They were very stiff and very loud. Let's look at the window sticker. This car comes with the M Sport package, the parking assistance package, and the premium package, and brings up us to a total of $78,680. But let's look at the rear seat. We have a nice, large, roomy seat. Let's get in here. A ton of space, ambient lighting here and there. Micro USB port, some more USB ports, outlet, and the cup holders. We also have the black headliner, which is a nice addition. The seats feel comfortable, supportive, there's lots of room. I'm 6'2". As you can see, we've got a ton of space. This does not have the rear climate package where you can also select the temperature and do all these extra modifications. But I am surprised that in the X5 there's no option to select your temperature here, because my X4 has that for the rear passengers. This is not the leather, this is called the Sensafin. It's the eco-friendly leather. It's actually more comfortable than regular leather in my opinion. The seats are softer and it feels more pleasant. And throughout the years and mileage, it keeps up its shape better than a regular leather seat would. Let's check out the trunk. This X5 does not come with the air suspension option, because if it did, we would actually be able to lower the car when we're putting things inside of it. A nice roomy trunk, factory floor mats, and a cargo cover. But let's check out the engine bay now. You gotta pull it twice, and that opens the hood. Under here we've got the B48 engine. It pumps out 375 horsepower and 398 feet-pound of torque. And all of this is mated to the 8-speed ZF automatic. This is a 40 horsepower upgrade over the previous generation, which is nice. So Jumping into the cabin, the first thing I have to say is I'm supported by very good high quality multi-contour seats with a lot of adjustments. That, I believe it's a 20-way adjustment. We have memory here on the driver's side, no memory on the passenger, and we've got these headlight buttons here. The materials feel here great. Everything is soft to touch, and this is soft to touch. Everything is soft to touch. Beautiful stitching, Harman Kardon audio system. Here we have the iDrive 8.5 system, where you can select your navigation, your home menu. You can change your settings, the ambient lighting. You can also change that here, where you can select all sorts of different colors that you like. I personally like this one. We also have the 360-degree camera. Excellent quality. Everything is crystal clear. I think this is probably the best parking camera in the business currently. We have the panoramic view if you're looking to the left and right. We have the 3D view, the car wash view, so you can look all around the car. Excellent camera. And the graphics are gorgeous. We also have the car wash view that I've mentioned. This specific one has heated seats and a heated steering wheel, no seat ventilation, and separate fan speeds for driver and passenger. We've got the cup holders here, a charging pad, separate armrests, lots of usable space. All the materials, again, that I'm touching are soft to touch. And we got this gigantic panoramic sunroof that opens all the way to the back. And it lets a lot of light in the car. Well, let's do a wiper test now. We also have the heads-up display over there. And as you've seen from my previous videos, here we can edit all the contents and the layout of the system. So if you want a map or just a minimalistic view, a G meter, you can go through all these settings and pick whichever one you prefer. But for today's test drive, we're gonna go with the minimalistic so you can see the speed clearly. And I will also demonstrate the navigation for you. This is a very high quality touchscreen. But I'm always clicking the M instead of the N. And when we select the destination, we can see right onto Earl's Court, where it takes us. All right, well, let's get started. Do a quick horn test. Okay. We will begin in comfort mode. As I mentioned prior, this specific X5 turn right onto Virginia Central does not have the air suspension, but nevertheless, the ride is very compliant, settled, and comfortable. I like BMW steering wheels. They're big, thick, they have excellent grips, nice big paddle shifters. I also like the seat comfort. Great support. It's the perfect size. And I could sit in these seats for hours. Strong pickup, lots of torque, but the way this engine is and how the torque curve is, it makes it feel very seamless and smooth. Now let's put it in sport mode. Good acceleration, strong power. But as I've mentioned before, you don't really feel it too much. You just feel good strong acceleration, but it's very effortless and seamless. Whereas if we were driving per se an SQ8 or an SQ5. In Audis, the torque kind of comes on a little bit earlier, and you get that torque, and then it loses up steam up in the higher RPMs. But here it actually gains more steam in the mid-range and higher RPM range. I love the response, excellent throttle. I like how quiet this cabin is. We don't really hear any outside wind noise, road noise. Excellent. There's lots of power in this X5. Holds the gear. And I also like how it takes the turns. There is a little bit of body roll, but it's very minor for such a huge car. Excellent. Excellent steering as well. But let's do our 0 to 60 test. You will see that in the next clip. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's see what we got. Let's see our results. We did 0 to 60 in 5.64 seconds off idle, no launch. 0 to 62, which is 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, came at 5.9, and the 1/8 mile came at 8.96 at 81.67. All right, so let's try launch mode. So with launch mode, we are going to come to a full stop. All right, full stop. All right, brake boost, let's go. Excellent, excellent kick. Excellent. And great brakes, by the way. Very strong stopping power. But let's see what we got. And we got 0 to 60 in 4.84 seconds valid. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour came at 5.1 seconds. And the 1/8 mile came at 8.48 at 81.74 valid. So as you can see, the numbers are very consistent. It has very good consistent power. The 0 to 30 jump was really good. Very good numbers, very good numbers. Well, let's do some backroad driving and we will summarize the test drive and wrap it up. I love playing with these paddles because every single time you shift, you get like this huge jolt, boom. It's a cool feeling. This is a high revving engine for sure. And you also get that animation, which is super cool when you're in manual mode. Like I mentioned before, there is not such a violent shove of torque down at lower RPMs. When you press the gas, it kind of builds up smoothly. And once you're past 4,000, that's where the real juice is. But this is a great improvement over the previous 40i. You've got more torque, better numbers. It's a great ride. Well, that's the kind of performance you'll see against a T6. Very impressive from that 2011 Volvo, whatever one that is. I think it's a T6 all-wheel drive. Very cool. I've definitely driven a lot of those older Volvos, but they're somewhere in like the sixes, like lower mid sixes. Alrighty. So if I was getting the X5, I would definitely say get the M50i. It will have way more power and better acceleration. But this is great just for normal driving. If you're not looking to win any major races, then this is plenty. So overall, I really enjoyed driving the X5. I think it's a great, comfortable machine. It's got great power for its weight. The mild hybrid system also works well, very effortless. And yeah, that is a T6 all-wheel drive. So yeah, this sums up our test drive. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts about this test drive. And till next time.